How are y'all doing? I am doing very well. Better than yesterday. Happy Friday. Today's word was actually yesterday's word. And the word is so simple, y'all, but like I couldn't do it. I recorded it. I tried to record it twice yesterday, and I had to stop myself because I became so emotional. And I really had to ground myself. I had to meditate. And I had to figure out why I was so emotional. And I know why. I know why now. So let's get to it. Dr. Terry Walls, who wrote the Walls Protocol, she has a quote in her book, and I don't really quote books, but I want to start off the word today by quoting what she said because it's relevant to the word. The power of healing is within you. All you need to do is give your body what it needs and remove what poisons it. You can restore your own health by what you do, not by the pills you take, but by how you choose to live. And that quote applies not to just our physical bodies, but our spiritual. Just like our cells need certain sustenance in order to function properly, to provide energy to the cells, so the cells don't die and then the brain shrink and then we develop diseases. It's the same thing with spirituality. What poisons us? Today's word is, I died so that he can live in me. And I have to say, it's really, I'm dying so that he can live with or live in me. Dying currently. Although I would say that I have transitioned from my south node to my north node, where I have finally transitioned from a place of ego to my higher self. And it has been a very, very trying journey. One full of faith. And it hasn't been easy. But I have recognized there are certain things about the old me that are not who I am today. And so when I say I'm still dying, it's because there's aspects of myself, towers that still need to fall, that still need to be removed so I can really step into who God intends and desires me to be. The old me was in survival mode, fear-based, lack of mentality. I was raised there. And so it stuck with me. Instead of focusing on passion and love, I was living in the programming of ego rather than of the infinite creator. My old me, I was living in illusions, getting like brainwashed by the dark matrix, the music, the music, the movies, the media, politics, all of it. I was consumed by it. It put me in a perpetual state of fear. I've done, I've been in politics. The old me, I felt like I had no control. I felt like, my world was created by, or was controlled by my environment, by people that I had to be, places, where I was, in terms of who I worked with, and my emotions very much dominated me. Rather than taking control as the creator of my world, the divine gift that the Most High God has given me, where I'm the sun and everything orbits around me, and I can control people, places, and things that I allow to come in, and that I can choose who I intend to be and how I live. Not what I do, how I live. The old me was stuck scrolling social media, on Netflix, just kind of in the regular, just mundane of life, like, doing the same thing. And like mindless activity, really. Have you ever been on social media and you just scrolling and you're like, what am I doing? I've been on this thing for hours. I ain't reading a book. I ain't, sitting outside getting my vitamin D. I'm not doing nothing. just soul-sucking routine. Running on this hamster wheel, trying to pay bills, keep the job. But now I'm making space to create so that I can create generational wealth for my family, which then will trickle to everyone else in the community, because I don't plan to just do things for my family. I plan on sharing it as a community. The old me, would be doing these mundane tasks instead of creating, working on my spiritual education, working on my spiritual practice, working on my business plans, leveling up in terms of me being an entrepreneur, exploring things, researching things, researching good food. How do we really fuel our spirits and our bodies? Okay. Spirituality is a determinant of health. The spirit of boredom, the old me. I'm very that is a thing, y'all. That spirit of boredom is dangerous, especially in environments that can get you in jail, in prison, or killed, or unalive, excuse me. That spirit of boredom is especially harmful for our children. We have to give them activities. We have to give them fulfilling things and opportunities to do so they can develop their brains. We can't test them out all the time. We can't just test them. We have to give them a space to be creative, to think. And now I'm moving away, from that. And I'm pushing myself to be creative, and I'm encouraging my kids to be creative. The old me was very much a people pleaser, instead of choosing my happiness. Like, seriously, y'all. I just want everybody to be happy. I said before, like, I would be the one that slapped me on my face and just to make you happy. No more. The old me would have a false contentment. Like, I would convince myself that everything was okay, even though things were very uncomfortable. Things really weren't ideal. People in my life, the relationships in my life, they were not good. And I would be like, okay, well, I got this, so it's okay. No. I understand my worth. I understand I'm a queen. I understand that I am the Most High's baby girl. And I deserve the best of the best. And everybody in my life deserves the same for me. The old me had no boundaries, but now I have a pillar of severity. That means that if you step to me, I'm a step to you, very respectfully, always in Christ consciousness. But no one is going to step all over me. I'm going to have very, very clear boundaries. And if you can't abide by that, I'm not going to wish you harm. I'm not going to do no harm. But I am going to make sure that you're not gravitating in my orbit. I had a fractured heart chakra. Growing up, I didn't really know how to really love right. Family was relegated to family events. That's not how family's supposed to get down. A good family is a lifestyle. Game night, eating meals together, having each other's back when it's good and when it's bad. When you need childcare, when somebody's sick, is elderly, putting them in the home, taking care of them as a family unit, making sure they're not going to no nursing home. Y'all, we got to do better, and I plan on doing better. Having meaningful, engaging relationships. The old me had a whole bunch of unhealthy, toxic relationships. And the main focus of my life right now is developing these healthy relationships and sustaining the ones that I have. The old me gave, without limitations, to the point that there was no more of me, y'all. Like, to where I would be withering away. No more. I gotta water me. I gotta have self-care. And if you ain't reciprocating and giving back, then deuces. The old me would spend money whenever I got it, making, getting all this money, and then just to not save up, to have no plan for my future, what I wanted to invest in, how I wanted to be a boss. That's changing, y'all. I'm on my way to be a millionaire, if not a billionaire, so that I can pass that knowledge on, not only my kids, but whoever will listen. The old me had a very, very, very low lack of confidence. But now I believe in myself. The old me was okay with being poisoned by the food and my lifestyle. And that is not going to be happening anymore. Sorry, y'all. I had to usually I try to stay under 10 minutes, but this last point, I didn't want to get this long and through it and then not say this. The old me had no idea the level of toxicity and poison that is invisible in this dark matrix, whether it is relating to physical health and food and lifestyle, or spiritual in terms of how living in certain environments, living in isolation, living not informed of who you are, and living in lies and illusions, how it poisons you from the inside out. In particular, y'all, about food. You know, the way that meat is processed, it's toxic. It's got all kinds of heavy metals. Most of our food does. Matter of fact, it's not even a matter of just not eating meat. In fact, you can eat meat. It's what meat you're eating. Is it, grass-fed, or is it wild caught? It is, what nutrients is it bringing to your body? What do your mitochondria need in order to function well? And can they function well when you're full of toxins from heavy metals? There are supplements that you can take that can help your body filter out these invisible poisons that most of us are consuming. The cells can only take so much before they start malfunctioning. If your mitochondria aren't getting what they need from the food and you're not drinking enough water, your cells are going to start malfunctioning. And as a doctor told me, I developed what I developed, but that's why there's so much disease. Your body will pick a disease then to develop, whether it's a cancer or diabetes or, dealing with whatever. It could be anything. As your cells are deteriorating and your brain starts shrinking. So I just wanted to point that out, because I talk about the spiritual all the time, the spiritual poison that what the dark matrix is feeding in terms of the content and feeding you who you should be and how you should be and the people you should be around, dictating and trying to control your life, trying to tell you you're supposed to work forever and not have any kind of enjoyment or fun, not have any time to think or be creative or to be happy, to choose a life that you want to live. But it's on the physical level too with the food, y'all, and types of the food that we're eating. We literally can change the trajectory of our lives by choosing how we want to live, how we want to live with ourselves, how we want to live in our lifestyle in terms of the types of activities we're doing, the type of food that we're eating, the type of relationships we want to center. All praise to the Most High God. I am so excited to be reborn. Peace.